Thank you for tuning in to another episode of
Sticky Notes Podcast.
Okay, today's going to be a special episode. You know, we got to talk about the stuff that's going on in the news and on the headlines because that's what we do. So, but first, I just wanted to talk about things that happen while you're, on your everyday, how would you say it?
For you, it would be customers at work.
All right. It seems like sometimes people try to take advantage. They try to take advantage of...
Remember we had Karen coworkers, now it's Karen customers.
Karen customers. So, there's this... I hear a bunch of commotion. I'm like, what's going on? Because I'm in my own little world where I work. There's nothing going on. It's just me back there. Usually I have somebody else back there working, whatever. So I hear a lot going on out on the floor. I'm like, what's going on out there? So I go out there, and there's this lady. All right, she's like 6 foot 220 or so, I would say 6 foot 220. She's standing there and she's like wailing her arms, and I'm like, what's going on? And there's already like people crowding around, and they're like,
no pomegranates! No pomegranates!
I think she, you know those little shopping carts that people ride around that are, disabled. They ride around in little shopping carts.
Uh-huh.
So apparently this gentleman had bumped into her, and she, she said that she was pressed between the cart and the shopping area, the shopping shelf.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call it? Just, the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like pinned up against her or whatever for a split second, she says. And she's screaming at her back and her neck, and another customer says something smart to her, so she started going off on her. And then she kind of calmed down a little bit, but I feel like dollar signs just went off in her head, and then she put on the whole scene, and she's like, oh, my neck, I can't move my back. And I'm like,
I need a paycheck.
I'm kind of peeking around the corner. I'm like, looking at her. I'm like, okay. So she's looking at me and she side eyes me like, I think this guy knows that I'm bullshit. And I'm like, no. You're not gonna get a paycheck on my watch. But yeah, so
You said they called the cops. She couldn't even get into the stretcher.
They called the cops. They bring a stretcher into the grocery store, and she's acting like she can't get on the stretcher. She's making a big scene. The guy's like apologizing to her. She's getting into it with his I believe it's his wife. I don't know, whoever was with him, some woman. She's getting into it with her, and the lady was being really respectful. She's like, I'm just making sure that you're all right. But she, at the same time, she was saying it like, look, don't cross the line. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm making sure you're all right. We're trying to be. We all shop at this grocery store, and this lady was flipping out. Like, there was cops in the store, because this guy bumped into her.
Just someone looking for a paycheck.
There's a lot of people out there like that, though. So, you just keep your eye out for those people if you're working in these grocery stores and stuff. We're out here.
No more pomegranates.
No pomegranates! No pomegranates!
Oh, my God. We got to throw that in there. We're trying to, people that actually work at the grocery stores, we're trying to help people out, That's what we do for a living, so.
Alrighty. Well.
What's in the news?
So the NFL draft was last week.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders, sorry, you didn't get picked in the first, second, or third.
Or fourth.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He got picked in the 5th round to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I don't think that was what he was aiming for.
No.
But
I feel that this was a humbling experience. They were saying that and this is alleged, He never went to the combine. He, didn't want to interview with GMs for teams that he didn't want to play for. I saw an article yesterday that he had an interview with the Giants head coach, the one guy.
Yeah.
And the head coach called him out because he said that
Brian Gable.
Yeah, I believe so. He said that Sanders was unprepared for the interview and called him out on it, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, well, he didn't even go to the combine, and
Right.
he felt, what was up with that? Like, what do you think? People are just gonna watch your, they're gonna watch your games and see you. No, they want to see you up close and personal. They want to see, and they want to get to know you. They want to know who they're drafting. So, like, it's not all about. It's about the person. They're drafting the person. They're not drafting just the player.
It seems like a lot of people thought just because of who his father was that he was going to be drafted first pick, first round or whatnot. But it's that, to me, like, that's nepotism. Like, you shouldn't be drafted just because of who your daddy is. Like, it's about your skills. There's other athletes out there that don't come from those types of families, and they're just so grateful to be drafted on any NFL team. And here you are saying, I'm not going to go for this team. I'm not going to go for this team.
Yeah, but at the same time, you shouldn't be not drafted on who your parents are. Like, just because his dad is Dion doesn't mean that there was going to be all sorts of controversy just because he's his dad. He's his own person, and it's kind of a thin line because he's a celebrity child, so there's been eyes on him since he's been playing. You know what I mean? So. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy he got drafted, but it's just I feel like that's not where he wanted to go. I hope he just goes there and is a good backup.
He might end up being the starter quarterback because Deshaun Watson is still recovering from his injury. You never know what could happen with that. I don't know what they're doing with Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco.
That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting development, but. Yeah, and I believe did his brother get drafted as well? He went to the Buccaneers.
I believe.
Or he signed as an undrafted free agent with the Buccaneers.
I'm not sure where he went.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
The Eagles got some players.
Oh yeah, the Birds got some players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that linebacker from Alabama who was projected to be a top 10 pick, but. He fell because of injuries, and Eagles swooped him. They swooped him up. They swooped in and picked him up. That's what Howie Roseman do. Shout out to Howie Roseman. That's what he do. And then he picked up another linebacker too. And later on, I didn't really look into what the Eagles did because
It'll be interesting to see how this new team, how it's all gonna look, how it's all gonna come together. Did you hear, though, remember the player that the Steelers drafted, their first pick?
What about him?
Right after he was drafted, his mother passed away.
Oh.
Really sad.
Oh, snap.
It was like she was holding on for, like, that moment.
What was she? How she passed away? What do you mean she was holding on?
I believe she was sick because she had a stroke a few years ago and was in the hospital. And, like, literally... right after he was drafted, she passed
why
away.
You gotta drop that bombshell on me right now?
I'm just
why
saying
you gotta
because a lot of
drop
people
that
were like,
bombshell?
"Why
I
didn't
know
the
we was
Steelers
gonna talk about this."
They were like, "Why didn't the Steelers get Shedeur?" They had chosen, I forget his name, but yeah, I thought that was it was like so bittersweet.
I hope we didn't just make everybody out there feel real bad because that just made me feel real bad, man.
Shout out to him though.
Shout out to him. His mom passed away though.
Yeah, like right after he got drafted.
Man, who give a damn if you get drafted if your mom passed away on some real, like. Yeah. Who gives a damn, man? Shout out to all the moms out there, all the good moms, man. Love your sons, love your moms.
Well, on a more funnier note, somebody had prank called Shedeur Sanders during the NFL draft. They actually recorded themselves doing it, which is pretty stupid. But Shedeur's private phone number got leaked. And
how the hell does that happen?
I don't know, but these people, they recorded it. So everybody knows who they are.
Wow. All right. So you want to You want to touch on the Shannon Sharpe?
I guess we can.
What do you know? I'm asking you. What do you guys to say about Shannon Sharpe? Man?
I mean, he got exactly what he got. Like, you're 50.
What do you mean he got exactly what he got?
He's a 50-something-year-old man dating a 19-year-old girl. Like, she's younger than his daughter. Like, you can't get mad when this is how they act.
Well,
she's literally like I know 19 is a legal age. When you're in your 50s, she's like a child to you.
Did you hear the latest twist though?
What?
That it's it's an attack on Tony Busby.
No, because some girl accused Shannon Sharpe of doing the same thing a few years ago.
Yeah. But the timing of this right now with the whole Diddy case and Tony Busby is involved in the Diddy case.
Tony Busby is very questionable, but at the same time, like, there's audio footage of Shannon Sharpe in the phone calls, what he's saying to her, you know.
And that's all well and good. But I'm just saying, they're saying that this is to kind of get Tony Busby and make him look bad before this, because I believe this is gonna come out to be all like consensual type of stuff, because she's an adult. I mean, she's an OnlyFans, whatever. She's got all, you know, all her footage that she got or whatever. Everything that she put out was like doctored and stuff, like clipped and stuff. Like, I think
consensual or not. You're an old man dating a teenager. This is what you get.
But when it comes to the law, he didn't break any laws. So he didn't break any laws. He wasn't like, it was
threatening
consensual.
to choke her.
She's into that type of stuff.
No, that's what they're just trying to say.
She's into that type of stuff. She keeps.
That's what they're trying to say. Like, oh, it's
she
BDSM.
continued a long relationship with this man. She was in a long relationship with this man. What are you talking about? Like,
I don't care. It's disgusting.
It is, but she was doing it for money. So it's at the end of the day, she was doing it for money. He's gonna. There's nothing. He didn't do nothing wrong. If she's allowing him to do these things to him, that's what he's into. That's what she's into. He didn't do nothing wrong. Like, I don't believe he did anything wrong. Now it's a money grab. That's what I'm saying. And that's why they're saying that this is a throw off. This is a throw off for the Diddy case. They're saying
it's
that
not,
this is.
though.
I'm just saying that's the new twist. You don't believe it is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Why don't you guys tell us what you believe it is? And thank you guys. Thanks to our 130 subscribers. We climbing. We appreciate you guys. Tell your friends. Tell your families. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of
Sticky Notes Podcast.